Hello, hello. Aldwyn Altuney here. Great to be with you for the September Global Good News Challenge. Can you believe it's September already? Where has this year gone? It is absolutely flying by. However, it's not about the years in your life. It's about the life in your years, they say. So as long as you're having fun and making the most of these times, there's always things we can be grateful for, even in the darkest times. And I know it's been very challenging for a lot of people, what has been happening since COVID, since last March. It's hard to believe that it's been a year and a half that this pandemic, or plandemic, as some people say, has gone on. It is really interesting times. And while we can't control what's happening out there in the world, as far as what the media and politicians are doing right now, can't control any of that stuff. We can control how we're going to be about it and how we're going to show up in life. And that is why I started the Global Good News Challenge last June, to help lift the energy on the planet. If you also feel that there's way too much negative news in the mainstream media and you want to do something about it, then here's your chance. So the Global Good News Challenge is a very simple Facebook Live challenge where you just share your name, what you do, 3 things you're grateful for, and a piece of good news. Now, you can do this either on your personal profile or you can do it in the Loving Life group if you don't want to do it on your personal profile. You can then just hashtag Global Good News Challenge, and then we'll find it and we'll also share it on the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page. We'll also add you to a Global Good News Challenge group so that you can join other good news crusaders. And the whole idea is to lift the energy on the planet, to lift your energy, and also to help decrease depression and suicide rates out there, which we know the figures have gone up around that. Just in the last lockdown in Brisbane, off the record, I heard that 37 people killed themselves in Brisbane just over the weekend of the last lockdown in Brisbane. And it's happening right across the world. Some people are really not handling what's happening now well at all. So the more that you can step up and inspire others, inspire yourself during these times, then the better it will be for everyone concerned, for your family and for those you love and for everyone who is impacted by you. So now more than ever, it is important that we come from a loving space right now. There is a war going on. In fact, Harry, who I interviewed, an ex-Australian Federal Policeman I interviewed on Tuesday, said that this is the 4th World War going on in the interview I did with him, which has gone viral since Tuesday. It's been amazing to see what's happened with that. He said this is the 4th World War now. We had the First World War, we had the Second World War, we had the Cold War, he said, is the 3rd World War, and now the 4th World War is happening. And it is a war between good and evil, between light and dark. It is going on right now. And so now is a time for us to unite, for the light workers out there, the truth seekers, the truth speakers, to unite, and also to send love to those who may have differing opinions to us, right? Everyone's, I'm sure, doing the best that they can with what they have available. And it's important right now not to divide and rule. This is how the powers that be want us to be, is to divide and rule, right? So the more you can come from a loving space, the more we can unite in a peaceful, powerful way, just like the protests that happened on the Gold Coast on Tuesday. The more we can do that, the more that we own our power and that we will get through this. And hey, even in the biggest downturns in history have been also the biggest success stories have come out of that as well. So, it's all about, not about the situation, it's about what you're going to do with the situation and how you're going to, pivot. As they say, pivot's been such a hot word during this pandemic. How are you going to adjust to the times? Because the fact is that nothing stays the same in life. Right? Nothing. Everything's constantly changing. We are constantly changing. Every 7 years, we have completely new cells in our body. So you are constantly changing, right? And they talk about the 7-year itch. Well, isn't it interesting that we are completely new people every 7 years with ourselves? It's quite extraordinary. So the Global Good News Challenge is a very simple Facebook Live challenge that starts on the first Monday of every month. Now, you can do the challenge anytime within the period that we've allocated for the challenge. Now, being September, it's the 9th month, and so we have a 9-day challenge. For October, it's a 10-day challenge starting on the first Monday of the month. So anytime in that period from today for the next 9 days, you can start a 9-day challenge. Very simple Facebook Live. You just say your name, what you do, 3 things you're grateful for, and a piece of good news. And it's so powerful. You know, it's one thing to write down what you're grateful for or think about what you're grateful for. But when you actually speak it out, it is so powerful. It just lifts your whole vibration. And in fact, if you know anything about energy, we are 99% energy, right? And enlightenment is the highest energy you will feel. And that's 700 hertz. Now, if you're at 0, you're dead. Anytime you get into shame is around 20 hertz, anger, sadness, etc., they're all under 150. So if you want to lift your vibration, it's important to get into love and gratitude as much as possible. When you're in love and gratitude, you're at 540 plus. You've got love, gratitude, peace, and enlightenment are the highest vibrations you will feel. And life is energy, right? Everything is energy. So the more you can come into that for yourself, the more you can be that love and light for others and shine bright for others, right? So here's my Global Good News Challenge for today. Hello, Tammy. Good to see you. I'll come to your comments if you're watching this right now. What are you grateful for? Pop it into the chat. What are you grateful for today? And I'd love to hear from you. We can share some of your gratitudes today as well. All right, so here's mine for today. Hi, I'm Aldwyn Altuney, also known as the Media Queen. What I do is I help people get their message to the masses using online and offline publicity. I'm a stand for truth and good news in the world. I've had depression myself due to constant negative news and growing up with it, and also working in the media for over 20 years. It was a very stressful period of my life. As much as there was some highlights, like interviewing celebrities and a lot of VIP treatment, it was tough work, and there's a lot of burnout with journalists, and it's a very negative field to work in often, depending on the media outlet that you're working for, of course. So it was a very stressful time for me. And however, I'm glad I've had that experience. So having worked in the media for years and having grown up with a lot of negative news, I ended up with depression personally. I've had 4 friends actually take their own lives by the age of 45. The stats are worldwide, about 1 million people a year worldwide take their own lives, and that has gone up even more now through COVID. So that is why I do what I do. That is why I'm about inspiring more truth and good news. And I'm very grateful today for all the good news outlets out there. There are so many good news outlets. We have BitChute, we have Brand YouTube, we have Telegram, we have a whole lot of freedom of information platforms out there. We know that a lot of people have been censored on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter even. There's been a lot of censorship going on around the jab, around any news around 5G. Anything around that has been censored. In fact, I did an interview with someone on my balcony during COVID around 5G, and he had one of those EMF readers, and he said, look, safe levels on this is 2, and this reader went over 20, okay, and a 5G tower went up the end of my street during lockdown, interestingly, and this video got taken down by fact checkers, right? Now, this happened on my balcony, and it was true information. So how they can say it was not true, I have no idea. However, this is the thing. This is what's happening now, right? We have a whole lot of censorship going on. And if there's nothing to hide, then why are people being censored? That's what I'd like to know. So it's interesting times, right? Very interesting times. But, you know, if you put 2 and 2 together and start to question things, you know, you'll know what the truth is. So trust your gut on that one. So I'm very grateful for all the good news outlets out there. We have the Good News Network. We have Sunny Skies News. We have a happy newspaper in the UK that went viral during the lockdown as well. There's a lot of positive news out there. News.com.au has a good news section. So grateful for all of the truth speakers and truth seekers and truth media out there. So grateful for you helping to share alternative views to what we're seeing in the mainstream media. So question everything, do your own research. There's lots of interesting information coming out right now that you will not see generally on Facebook, on YouTube, or in the mainstream media. So grateful for all of the alternative media outlets, the freedom of information media outlets, and the truth seekers and truth speakers. And particularly big shout out to everyone who has shared any of my videos from Tuesday. We had a silent protest on the Gold Coast on Tuesday, and it was a very interesting time. We had, I'd say there was at least 500 to 1,000 people that gathered at the Gold Coast City Council chambers, and I interviewed three extraordinary ladies. We have Dottie, who runs common law meetings on the Gold Coast. We had Claire Flynn, a dear friend of mine, who opened up for the first time on camera and live about her father, who was very high up in the council. In fact, he was the chief health inspector of the Gold Coast City Council and was running for alderman at one point, or mayor, she said at one point, was actually a pedophile. The pedophile in her family, a pedophile known to harm children around the Gold Coast, high up in government. And we know that high up in government, there are a lot of pedophiles and a lot of very sick people, as much as I'm sure there are some great people as well. We do have a serious issue with pedophiles out there. So she talked about that. And then we had Chris as well, and chatted with these three ladies. And at one point in the interview, the crowd they just resonated and connected, and the silence went to a screaming loud roar, and just everyone uniting together. It was the most magical, beautiful thing. And that interview now has been seen 10,000 times. There's 10,000 views of that interview. It's been shared about 750 times since Tuesday. And interestingly, on Tuesday, what also happened is a guy called Harry, who was ex-Australian Federal Police for 20 years and, was told he wasn't going to live for long 4 years ago, has an incredible story, started to seek the truth. And he literally tripped in front of me at this protest. There was no one else around. We were up the top near the Hodder building, and literally tripped in front of me. We got chatting, and he started to tell me a story. And I said, gee, it'd be great to interview you. And so after I interviewed these three ladies, I interviewed him. And now that interview in 6 days has been seen 16,000 times and been shared 1,400 times. It's absolutely gone viral. The two of them are just going crazy. So thank you so much to everyone who has shared either of those videos or commented. We have literally about 1,000 comments on both those videos. So I really appreciate everyone who has commented and who has shared, because really it takes 2 seconds to share. Right? It takes 2 seconds to share, and it can make the world of difference as people see that and start to wake up to what is happening, just like Harry did. Just like Harry did. He started to question things. At first he thought it was all rubbish, and then he started to look into it, and he said with his investigative background, things just weren't adding up. So he started to dig, and the interview was incredibly powerful. So big thanks to Harry for stepping up. And hey, there's no coincidences in this world, they say. Isn't it interesting that he tripped in front of me? And it was right after I had done on the Sunday, actually, I did an amazing quantum experience training with Dr. Espen, who's another extraordinary man out there. And these interviews, I had no makeup on like I've got now, no makeup. It was just a raw interview first thing in the morning. And so grateful for all the ladies and men out there who are stepping up and speaking their truth. And take my hat off to you. That's what it takes. What it takes to get this out and to help wake the world up, right? So grateful. And if you haven't seen those interviews, you can either PM me for the link or just go back through my news feed and you will see those interviews there on Facebook. They've been shared to a lot of groups, to a lot of truth groups, which has been amazing, some with 10,000 people in there. I know Anthony Golly of Empowered Lifestyle Revolution, they have about 47,000 members. He interviewed Harry on Thursday. So interestingly, Harry had like 100 Telegram followers last week, and now, so many people have connected with his story, and it's just wonderful. What can happen when you act in an inspired way, when you are in flow, how things can just happen amazingly and magnetically and magnificently. So grateful to Harry and for everyone who has seen and shared that. And I'm so grateful today to be connecting with you So grateful that you're watching this right now. Love to hear what you're grateful for. We'll come to that shortly. So grateful for this technology to reach you. And I'm so grateful that I am able to share my truth with you. And, no matter what it takes, I think it's important with your social media and with what you do online to have backup of everything you do and to make sure that you are across multiple social media platforms so that if you get shut down on one, that you can still share information on another. And that's the thing. We have no control over any of the social media platforms, right? We have no control over any of it. However, we can control what we do with our information and where we put it. So, like they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? So look into some alternative media platforms I would recommend. And my good news today, well, obviously the two videos have gone absolutely viral. I did another 2-minute video too, just showing the 2 minutes of silence as well. It was a silent protest, and some cease and desist letters were handed out. And what was happening in the Harry interview, I actually stopped the Harry interview at one point because there was massive cheering in the background. And we went into the crowd in the background, and there was a massive media scrum, really, of all these cameras all around something, and we couldn't actually hear what the action was. But what actually happened, I found out later, is that Chris, the lady that I interviewed just before this all happened, there was Dottie, Claire, and Chris. So Chris actually handed a cease and desist letter to a police officer. And she said that, as she turned around, suddenly all these cameras were in her face, and she was actually on a back foot. And she said she used some of the media training that I gave her when the previous interview, and she said she came onto her front foot and she dealt with that interview really confidently. So I'm very grateful for that too, that I was able to impact Chris in that interview, and which went on Channel 7, 9, all the TV crews were there, lots of cameras, and she spoke confidently, she spoke clearly. It was a peaceful protest as well. There was no arrests at all on the Gold Coast that day. So very grateful to all the people who came, who showed up, and also for the police officers who were peaceful too. I've seen some shocking behaviour by some police officers lately in different protests. It's been absolutely atrocious, particularly in Sydney, and it's really unexcusable that what's been happening lately in some places has been shocking. However, in other places, some police officers have actually stepped down from doing what they're doing because it's not integral and it's not honest with what they're doing, that they're, and Harry actually talked about this as well. He said he honors the government workers and the police, etc., that, are doing their best and doing their bit for the world. But if they know that they are pushing an agenda that's not true and not real, and that there's corruption and deceit going on, then that's something that they need to live with for themselves, right? Something that, karma's a bitch, they say, what comes around goes around, all right? You put out good energy, you're going to get back good energy. You put out crap energy, it's going to come back tenfold either way. So, it's part of the law of reciprocity. So I would say get conscious where you have been unconscious. Tammy, great to see you. Let's see what Tammy's saying here. I'm grateful this petition to stop the vaccine is growing by 1,000 signatures every 10 minutes. Don't forget to check your email and confirm your signature when you finish. Awesome. That is amazing, Tammy. Brilliant. So check out that link for Tammy. Amazing. And look, if you want to take the vaccine, take it. But they're saying that within 5 years, you could be dead. In fact, some people have been dying straight away. There's been serious side effects coming out that you're not going to hear this stuff in the mainstream media generally. There's been a few reports here and there, but not much on that. So do your research. Please do your research. You cannot trust most doctors, okay? Because they've been educated in this current system, which is actually a sick care system, not a healthcare system. And Kathy, hello, Kathy. I'm grateful for my journey to healing. I'm grateful to learn that my health issues, inflammation. Grateful for my family. Inflammation's a big one, Kathy. A lot of people have that. The good news in my life is that I had a life-changing experience with a breathwork session on the weekend. Absolutely mind-blowing. I feel the shift. Awesome. Well, I had a great breathwork session at Dr. Espin's event. I'm not sure if you were there, Kathy, but that was phenomenal. Love that on Sunday. Amazing. Gopal, hello. Gopal says, good. Well, good on you, Gopal. Thank you for Your good thumbs up there. That's awesome. And my good news also is I have some awesome stuff coming up this week. Tomorrow, actually at 11 o'clock, I'm interviewing an amazing lady called Pam Milliken, who had a very abusive childhood, and she's written a phenomenal book, and she's also starting a Reset Your Life day and challenge very soon. And we're going to talk about 5 steps to reset your life. It's going to be live on Facebook and on YouTube, streaming to Media Queen TV tomorrow at 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is in about 11 hours from now, wherever you are in the world. And then also we have on Wednesday, we've got our monthly Mass Media Tribe meetup, which is a free event. It's from 12 till 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And we have a great guest coming from Canada. We have September Smith coming to talk about podcast guesting for PR, profit, and profile. Podcast guesting for PR, profit, and profile, 12 till 2 on Wednesday. And next week, we have the Free Publicity Secrets Masterclass on the 15th of September. So that'll be 6 till 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And that's also amazing 4-hour masterclass, all about how to get free publicity. And in fact, free positive publicity is what I focus on. And there's plenty of opportunities to get positive PR out there. And any negative can be turned into a positive. So I'd love to help you if you're ready to share your story and step up with your truth. Then that's what the world needs right now, more truth seekers, more truth speakers. So reach out to me, send me a PM if that's you, or just pop yes into the chat. If you're ready to step up and want to have a conversation around that, I would love to help you. So if you want to attend the Mass Media Tribe event, we have a Mass Media Tribe group on Facebook and on Meetup. And you'll find all of my social media links, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, Pinterest, all my links, you'll find on my link tree, which is right here beneath me, linktree/Aldwyn, linktr.ee/Aldwyn. And let's connect. Let's stay connected on multiple platforms so that we don't miss anything. There's lots going on online, of course. So love to stay connected with you. Thank you so much for watching. What are you grateful for today? And where are you joining us from? I'd love to know where you are right now in the world. Where are you joining us from? Just pop into the comments there. I look forward to chatting with you soon and seeing your Global Good News challenges. Don't forget to hashtag Global Good News Challenge. So remember that, so we can find you and we can share your good news challenges onto the Facebook page and also into the Loving Life group. That's how we will find you. Now, all the details on how to participate in the Global Good News Challenge are also in that linktree/Aldwyn. Just go to the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page, pinned to the top. You'll find all the details. You can register in Eventbrite and follow me in Eventbrite as well. Follow Aldwyn Altuney there and you'll get all our event updates as well. So grateful for you today. Thank you so much. I'll just pop that Linktree link into the chat here to make that easy for you. Linktree/Aldwyn. There it is. Linktree Aldwyn. Okay. It is great. If you haven't checked Linktree out, it's very cool. It's a free platform place you can put all your links in the one place. It is very, very funky. So I've got about 50 links in there. I've got a lot of pages and groups and all sorts of things going on. So check them all out over there. Be great to connect with you. Thank you so much for watching today. This is my day 1 of 9 of the Global Good News Challenge for September 2021. I look forward to seeing your challenges, which you can start anytime between now and the next 9 days. And just notice how amazing you will feel when you share gratitude. So grateful for you. Thank you once again. And as Gandhi says, be the change you wish to see in the world. And as I say, shine bright and light up those around you. Thanks so much once again, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2 of 9 of the Global Good News Challenge. Have a great night or day wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.